With your VoiceOver Match Daily Cast for today, Thursday, July 25th, I'm Chris Lanning from NeighborhoodStage.com. This week on episode 6 of the VoiceOver Match podcast, my guest has been James Major, executive producer and founder of Major Studios. In today's clip, James offers some tips and tricks that he has for voice talent when auditioning for Major Studios.
One of the big ones for me is I will always submit a sample of a script. And that sample may have, maybe 100 words,
right?
Maybe 50 words. And the final script may have 300 or 400. I need that entire sample because then I take that sample. If I like it, I take it, I mix it. I do a full audio production of that sample and I'll send it to my client with 2 or 3 others for them to choose. So if it's only a couple words or if they're ad-libbing outside of my script, that's the absolute worst thing. Because no matter how good they are, I can't submit that to my client.
Right.
And that's an absolute do. And the absolute don't is never, number one, never ad-lib a script. Never say, hey, or just because the voiceover thinks that it would be a good time to insert something, they shouldn't.
Right.
And then second of all, never, ever, ever add your own music track behind your voice. Then it's immediately, I can't use that, and I have to go on to the next one.
And see, that one surprised me. I mean, I've heard other people say that as well, and I'm just like, I'm busy doing auditions. I don't have the time to go source some music to put behind it. Just to
I get it all the time, and it's like, why? If I'm submitting a script, I mean, we're a professional organization that we have everything lined up in a row, and this is a manufacturing facility for explainer videos, and I already have the vision. I already know all that. And so to have a voice artist now try to add their own into that, it just mixes up the whole thing. And so we can't use that file.
Maybe they're just trying to apply for a job with you. I don't know.
Yeah. I always appreciate creativeness within the voice, but that doesn't come from adding new words. It doesn't come from adding sound effects or from adding audio tracks. The creativeness in a voice purely comes from tone and inflection in order to not impress me, but to impress a viewer.
I think the other thing that I wanted to point out to the listeners, because this is actually the second or third time that we've heard this, is that when they're listening to advice from either voiceover coaches or even from some of the voiceover sites themselves that give you tips and tricks on what to do, the common wisdom that's going out there is just do the first 15 seconds of the script because that's all the client's going to listen to. Don't do the whole script. They're not expecting it and they don't want to listen to it. And yet I'm finding just the opposite when talking to voiceover producers like yourself. You're saying you want every word that you put up there because you're trying to use it to put before your clients.
Yes, 100%. Like absolutely 1,000%. I would never post my entire script for someone to audition. That's not fair to the voice. But if I post a sample, I need that in its entirety in order to go to my client. And it's strategic on my part because I need to make sure my client absolutely has the best of the best in front of them for them to decide.
So I guess that's the general advice to you voice talent out there. Look at the script. If it looks like it's short enough to be a selected segment or doesn't feel like it's complete, definitely do the whole thing. Only if it gets really long might you want to consider doing a shorter version of it because it may be a producer that just isn't taking that time to give you a shortened script.
Yeah, that's great advice. And as a rule for me, I'd say if it's 30 seconds, do the 30 seconds. As long as it's not the complete script, it's 30 seconds and you're hitting your end line. But do that first 30 seconds at maximum 2 small paragraphs, and that's actually quite critical.
Now tomorrow on the VoiceOver Match Daily Cast, we'll wrap up by finding out what opportunities Major Studios may have in the very near future. Now all the information you need about the Daily Cast can be found over at voiceovermatch.com. With your VoiceOver Match Daily Cast for today, I'm Chris Lanning from NeighborhoodStage.com. Have a great day.